Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it. So here's a quick take. That took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk. Let's get right into it. So, this portable power station has barely left my side since I grabbed it for under 200 bucks, and I'm kinda surprised how much I like it. It feels like it has more punch than the new POW I bought last summer for under 100, which is a surprising upside when you're hopping between gadgets and small appliances. I've been testing it with a Rockpulse 60-watt panel, the same one I used with my old setup, on a sunny December day in Wisconsin, with sun only from 9 to 4. I couldn't quite push it to full charge, somewhere around 60 to 80%. The PWM solar controller on this version just isn't fast enough in those conditions. The seller mentioned an MPPT upgrade that was supposed to be available in January 2021, and I'll be honest, I hope that's true. People online talked about upgrading, and I'm curious to see how much faster the charge would be with MPPT in real life. Inside, you're looking at about 270 watt-hours of usable juice. If you do the math, it gives you a good sense of how long you can run a particular load before the battery dips toward that 10% cutoff they use to protect the cells. I ran a 175-watt personal space heater for about 1 hour and 15 minutes, then switched to a 45-watt heating pad and kept it going for 6 hours. Both tests stayed right on the expected numbers for a 300 watt-hour class device, which is reassuring when you're trying to manage comfort during a power hiccup. One odd thing I'll flag, the battery gauge only shows in 20% steps, so it jumps from 100 to 80, then down in 20s as you approach the bottom. It makes it tougher to read exactly where you are at a glance. I did test with a kilowatt meter, and it reads as pure sine wave power, and I've read that the 12-volt outlet is regulated too, which matters if you're running a CPAP or a small cooler. Another pleasant surprise is the wireless charging on top. Your phone sits there and just charges. And yes, the built-in light is actually useful for lighting a small space, not just a gimmick. The pass-through charging is a big plus at this price point, something I didn't expect to see here. It's nice to be able to run devices while you're charging the power station, especially if you're trying to keep a few critical devices alive during an outage. I'm already thinking about using 3 or 4 of these for apartment disaster prep. Rather than one big battery, they're affordable enough that you can loan one to a neighbor, or stash a couple at different spots for daylight charging, less risk of a big single target getting stolen. Customer service was solid when I heard about the MPPT upgrade, and the promise of faster charging is a real selling point for me. Overall, this portable power station does what it says and powers the small stuff reliably. It's not perfect, but for the price and the features you actually use, I'm pretty pleased and would recommend it for anyone prepping for outages or just needing portable, dependable power for everyday devices.